Our series, A More Perfect Union, aims to show that what unites us as Americans is far greater than what divides us. And this morning, we introduce you to two people, along with some young volunteers who are trying to make sure their California community does not go hungry. The group Feeding America estimates that the economic fallout from the pandemic may leave more than 54 million Americans, that is Texas and Florida combined and then some, 54 million, struggling to regularly feed their families this year. Jonathan Vigliotti shows us now how people in one Los Angeles community are coming together to help their neighbors.
These days, the parking lot at the Wood Cafe in Los Angeles is often empty, unless it's a Sunday.
I'm serving and feeding more people now than I would be if I was open in restaurants.
Demetrios Mavromichalis was forced to temporarily close his business back in March because of COVID-19. But then he got a call from an old friend and former employee, Natalie Flores.
And I said, hey, what are you doing with your restaurant? He's like, well, actually, I had to lay off all my employees. And it was just like, ding.
Every week, the two transform the restaurant into a food drive with a drive-through to help those struggling during the pandemic. Flores got the idea for Nourish LA after seeing families asking for help on social media.
They're on their last $100 or less, and they had no food to eat.
What went through your mind when you read those things?
I was really upset, and I was really frustrated because we shouldn't have that problem.
Straight from the farm, pomegranates.
The group collects donations from local farms, food banks, and grocery stores. Volunteers then pack bags with everything from high-quality produce and meat to freshly baked bread and flowers. 9-year-old Kalia Jade Salvador is one of the youngest volunteers.
Seeing these families sometimes can make me feel sad, but once we are able to feed them, it makes me more happy that we can actually give them something.
The kids and the youth are really the catalyst for driving this thing forward.
You guys donating those? I feel like I should keep coming back. I feel like I have a duty to almost.
At least get two.
On the day we visited, the organization fed more than 1,200 people.
Thank you.
Hal Hyatt was first in line.
I admire them that they do this. They take out their own time and they don't get paid.
Retired teacher Linda Scott used to rely on income from housing foreign students until COVID-19 shut that down.
Did you ever imagine you'd find yourself in a situation like this?
Absolutely not. You know, I'm 72, so who would have thought? I am grateful that, you know, that we have this and people really care.
Yeah. The problem is that this issue doesn't discriminate. Food hunger is all around us, and we can refuse to see it, or we could go head on and really love our neighbors without judgment.
So we got more bread coming out, you guys.
Flores and Mavromichalis now hope to inspire similar food drives across the nation, with neighbors feeding neighbors and nourishing the soul.
How much longer do you think you can do this before you say, I need the kind of help that I'm offering people right now?
You know what? I thought, well, at some point it'll dry up, and right now it hasn't. It just keeps going, and I said, I can't stop this now. I can't, because it's changed me.
Have a good birthday with your friends.
For CBS This Morning, Jonathan Vigliotti, Los Angeles.
I thought that was such a good question Jonathan asked. How long do you think you can do this before you realize, you know, I need help too?
Yes, I agree.
He's deeply affected by it.
Yeah.
He knows the difference he's making.
It's moved him. Yeah, it's a moving thing to do.
I'm thinking about that federal stimulus. We could use another round in this country.
Sure could.
You know,
All right.
I was thinking the bread looked really good.
Yes.
See it warm with some butter melting. Just saying.